We are being lied to regarding the asterisk nature of our world. Science desperately needs a globe, and they do not need a domed creation, and thus a creator. Would scientists rather hide a creator God, or would they, after discovery of their own mistake, protect their mistaken egos for eternity? Asterisk if we ever did simply manage to prove the difference in elevation of a telescope caused the entire direction of all of our sky observations, we would make a fool out of all of astrophysics, as it would clearly demonstrate they made up an entire half of the entire astrolabe, star map, in order to create a full sphere out of only half a sphere we call dome. Asterisk if the western hemisphere is actually the inner lowered circle of the Earth, the lowest of elevations, standing surrounded by, and inside a lot of water vapor, H2O gas. There is also a lot of salt in the water above our seas. Salt is a silicate also used in mirrors, and crystal balls when seen through them will flip the entire image or observation. When we observe from the lower central lens, we are standing inside of an actual liquid water vapor lens, where light has twice as much chance of hitting a water atom than an air atom, which lets the light pass through only mildly locationally distorted through heat like in a mirage. When telescopes indeed are elevated higher up above the water vapor, say standing on a high mountain, or observing from Antarctica, our highest continent being under less air pressure, as we know the air gets thinner, and the entire direction of the projected image will appear to flip or fully reverse. Below is an image demonstrating light falling through glass. On the left we only see glass and air, the middle shows glass, air, and water, no direction change yet, but on the right, there is some salt added to the water, entirely changing the arrow's direction, like all light we observe onto our atmospheric projection screen, where dark light becomes visible on. There is no visible light in space itself, that our eyes can actually see. All we know is there are two directions the sun appears to move in. Some say this is because we live on a sphere, and you are standing on the South Pole. Others like me can demonstrate we can indeed observe and make both directions visible from the same location on Earth, if only we changed the elevation of the telescope we use to make this observation. One done when standing inside a liquid lens, or one done being elevated much further above it, seeing the light reflex and its apparent direction on our dome directly. Asterisk if you look through your telescope, you focus on an entire field of stars in the field of vision of the telescope, you are focusing on infinity, yet, when you elevate your telescope upwards, you must now refocus all stars in your telescope's field of vision. What does this tell you? Two different infinities? It tells me we are focally focusing in on different actually existing real-world distances, as the sky would be the object that is curved, instead of our Earth, which makes a lot of sense for a creation to have a fixed up and down, and a flattened working floor to stand on. Even having stars be in the sky for being able to tell times and seasons. If I remember correctly, it was a Dutchman that first asterisk realized and constructed the globe from asterisk newly made observations, made in the south, when it was first discovered, not too long ago. Now another Dutchman destroys your globe again, reducing it back to a single dome again. Also, all of our sky is actually optical. We observe no mass directly in space, we observe a 2D image captured and formed by traveling light, simulating depth, just like your TV screen does at home. Gravity is a solution to a non-existing problem. We cannot recognize single individual stars, without the other stars being present around them, so copying the entire night sky was pretty easy, until they recognize and match similar star groups, locations, and properties, from both hemispheres. Also, I think our sun is the cause of our pole star's fixed location, fixed to the perfect midnight location at 12 hours midnight. If the sun's light hits a dome, and is then focused, it could project a single fixed star on the opposite backside of the dome, center of night. Asterisk if Earth actually had a large motor placed under the Earth's flattened turntable disk, it would be the exact reason, explaining why there literally was a physical yet hidden, central North Pole, provided one knows how motors function. Just a thought. We live inside a machine, inside a creation supporting and simulating asterisk life, asterisk as we know it. We don't know any other way, as we were born into it, and most will never know any better. One easily accepts the reality he is presented with. Again, what it all comes down to is, asterisk if you prove a difference in direction of observation, between elevations, not locations, you prove God. Each medium density change is a location of two adjacent meeting mediums, creating a location where light can be projected and seen upon. This holds true between space and thin air, or thin air and thick air, or between thick air and water. We can also see the sun projected onto water, and even underwater onto a thermocline. The same effect happens in our sky. This explains to us why we sometimes observe multiple suns, and sundogs of course, as the light refracts onto multiple layers with different medium densities. Multiple medium densities equals multiple refraction locations. Temperature changes measured over longer time periods change the optical properties of the lens we are standing inside of, changing the optical size of the entire universe, as all light is united through a single lens it falls onto, making our entire universe optically expand. Far planets, laying in front of far stars, create missing, somewhat circular information on our local projection screen, visually explaining a black hole observation, after the far casted shadow reaches Earth. Science would not recognize a black hole if it eclipsed our local sun. Asterisk if a fish deep in the ocean looked up at the surface, it would observe the same 2D, fully optical sun reflex on the surface of the water as we humans see up on the edge of our sky. Space does not appear to curve without reason. The light falling onto it follows its contours. Light is unseen between the source and a screen.